Welcome back to another figure review of mine. Now we're gonna take a look at this figure, this sick figure. I'm the only one who is reviewing this figure on whole YouTube, which is strange because it's about Fist of the North Star main character, which is Kenshiro. And Kenshiro is a very famous very big, popular anime character. And Fist of the North Star is a very popular anime. And these figures are really rare. Only I could only find it on eBay. And this figure costs about like 80 to 100. This is the black jacket version, the repaint version of the original. And yeah, it's really strange because yeah, it's a very famous anime, and this figure is sick. Let's take a look at this figure. This is the best. I can say it from the bat. Oh fuck, sorry. I can say it from the bat. This is the best Kenshiro figure that is out now at this moment. It's much better than the other Kaiyodo ones. There is one other that is very good as well without the jacket. With a spear, it comes with a spear, but it's from the same company as this one. I'm sorry, man. This is very annoying. This is very annoying. Excuse me for this. I need to talk a lot about this figure because there's a lot to talk about. And yeah, he's also in Jump Force, the very popular anime Clash game. You know what I mean. You know which anime it is. And this is from the second or third movie or from 200X, but he looks like he is from the first movie, the face sculpt. Exactly, he looks like that in the first in the 80s movie, his face sculpt. I'm gonna zoom in his face on his face in a bit. And this is made by Kaiyodo, which is a company that also makes Revoltech, but it is produced by xebec toys. So you have Kaiyodo, Amazing Yamaguchi, Volcan Log, Revoltech. They make Revoltechs, and this is from xebec. This is before Revoltech that they made just normal figures, and this figure is just like Revoltech figures, a little weird. The articulation is weird. It is there everywhere where you want it, but the range of motion is not always the best, and he does lack in articulation. But I like this figure so much, man, and the fun factor is so high on this figure. And yeah, I want to look at the details first, then on the accessories, then the packaging, then the height, and then the articulation. So articulation as last. If you want to skip, you can go to the last part of this video. So I want to say I want to compare maybe first with the Revoltech one. Look at this difference. He is in scale. No, I'm gonna do that later. Sorry. I first want to take a look at the details on this. Let's take a look. Do you see it? Very nicely detailed. This is soft, the material, rubber, his shirt. So this is all soft. This and the crotch piece is soft as well. This is all hard sculpted plastic. The paint is very nice. Nice shading here on his chest. Nice shading in the pants. Nice sculpt. The sculpt and paint and shading is very good on this figure, and that for the time it's very outstanding. It's better than the Amazing Yamaguchi Marvel figures that are out now. The shading and detail is very good. The only gripe that I have with this figure is his throat articulation. It's very ugly. It stands out too much. It almost looks like he has this morphed form throat here. His head is a little bit on the small side, but that's anime accurate. So I'm happy that this figure is big. Proportions wise, this figure is maybe in 6.5 to 7 inch. He is a little he's a big guy. He's bigger than Goku. He's a little bit like little bigger than Cell, maybe even, or like a little bit like Cell as in height wise. Yeah, And I just like this figure because it's the black version. You have the blue one, but I like the black one, and he's very sturdy. The articulation is very nice, smooth. I'm gonna grab my phone and run through the articulation on a close-up. As you can see, nice jacket detail here. His face sculpt is very nice. It looks like the 80s movie. Nice sculpted hair, as you can see. His back, very nicely done with these plates. Nice shaded, nice painted, nice sculpted. His muscles are nicely done as well. Very anime accurate. His style. His belt is nicely sculpted. And his jacket is soft material, what I was saying. Very nice that it is like that. I like this bandage on his lower arms, nicely sculpted as well. This is nicely sculpted as well. He has nice sculpt on his pants, and his crotch piece is soft. Yeah, his feet are too big. That is something I must say, a little bit on the big side. And the ankle articulation sucks, but I'm gonna run through that. After I'm gonna check out the accessories now with you guys. So he comes with two different hands, pointing hands, like as in puff, you're death. If you watch the anime, you know what I mean. He also has a hinge here on these fingers, so you can use it for another accessory to hold, but at the same time you can use it as a pointing hand for a pressure point martial arts technique. And he also has an open hand here, which you can also use for the accessory, which he comes with a nunchuck. Very cool. And he has a pack hole here in this hand, and he has a pack hole in this hand. So you can use it in both these open hands. And these nunchucks are very awesome. You know, Kenshiro is based on Bruce Lee / Sylvester Stallone. It's a little bit from both. And he has a real metal chain here. And the sculpting is nicely done here on the, as you can see on the lower bottom half, these nunchucks. It's just a very nice accessory piece. And this anime is really badass, for 18 years and older, by the way. So I won't recommend it if you are a little bit sensitive to watch the 80s movie, which is free on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. Yeah. So, and now the packaging. The packaging is so cool. I like this packaging. Repaint. A lot of stuff going on here, really collector friendly. You are already dead if he touches, and he hits a pressure point, and the pressure point explodes after a minute or half a minute. So that's why he always says you're already dead. Probably this says it in Japanese. As you can see, the back Japanese. I can't read it. This figure. It's not this is English, but the rest are all in Japanese. You can see some promo pictures of the figure, and here on this side it's maybe this figure is from USA. I can't, because it has a comic shop locator, so you can find nearby comic shops in America. And I have nothing to say to one that's about to die. Sick. And nice artwork here. This is the artwork which he is based on, but he doesn't really look true to that artwork. He's more like the 80s looking Kenshiro, the old school looking Kenshiro, which I like the most, by the way. So, and this packaging is really weird, because if you can see, I can show it. You can open it here at the top, and then you can open it, slide it. I bought this figure mint in box. It was mint in box. So cool, and that's really rare. And you can slide this out like this, and then you can get this out, and then you have here the backdrop with the fist 7-star shit stuff. And then you have this, the tray, and also he comes with this instruction sheet for the nunchucks, the articulation, and it's also in Japanese, so I can't read that. So let's take a look at the figure again. I want to take a look at the articulation now on this figure. His head is on a joint that is very ugly, what I was saying, but he can look down to there, up to there, and this is on the hinge. It's only a swivel on the arms, shoulders, but the joint is on a swivel here. Like you can go up like that on this side also, and you can go down to there. He also has a butterfly joint, as you can see, go in through there, backwards through there. Bicep swivel. He has a single joint at the elbow. It's a nice smooth joint, so I'm not afraid to articulate it because it won't get looser than it is. He also rotates here. He has a swivel here at the torso, and he also has an ab crunch, as you can see. Nice, very nice. Crunch backwards to there, forwards to there, but it's a little rubber material, so he bounces back a little bit because it's all rubber here. And this is also on a hinge, his shoulder guard. He always has one, not always, but in this case. And this hip joints are very weird. So this is a softer piece which covers the hip joints, and he can hinge out to there. You can see, and he can also kick forwards to there. And this side, let's see, it's a little bit more hindered than the other side. So that's a little bit of a bummer. He doesn't have a thigh swivel. I wish he had. He has a single joint at the knee, which goes back to there on this side, and the same on the other side. And his ankle articulation is just terrible. He only has two cuts here, one cut here, and one cut there. Just don't know if you can see it. So that is a little bit of a bummer. But yeah. The rest is all good. It's, this figure's old, man. He just holds up till date. Till date. I don't know how you say that, but you know what I mean. It still holds up very good. And he goes, let's see, for skill. If you look here you have next to Marvel Select. Perfect. These are perfectly in scale with each other. It's definitely a 7-inch scale. And this is a more 5.5-inch scale. And it's much better than the Revoltech. I need to pack on the hands. It's in the packaging here, but it doesn't matter. As you can see here, man, what a difference. Difference in quality. This is much more quality than this one. Much bigger, much more detailed, much more anime accurate. This one is just garbage compared to this one. So I won't recommend you buying this if you can buy this one. But if you can't buy this one, then I recommend you buying this one. So let's look how he looks. How he looks next to an 6-inch scale. This works pretty good as well. I don't mind this because he should be bigger than Spider-Man. He's really big actually. So next to a NECA figure, as you can see, works pretty good as well because it's almost same as Marvel Select, of course. NECA and Marvel Select. Let's see, Jump Force with Sanji. They are both in Jump Force. Let's see, these go very good in scale with each other as well. I like this a lot. They can fight with each other very good. I think Kenshiro would win though. With another Jump Force character, Star Platinum from Medicos. And this doesn't really work because these should be the same size, but I don't mind. It's a little bit of a difference in scale, not that much. It's not like it's a total different scale. And I want to compare him with this one, the Kaiyodo xebec 200X Rayo with the Kaiyodo xebec 200X Kenshiro. Very nice figures to stack up with each other. Brilliant figure. It's just outstanding. And I definitely will recommend this figure because I'm going to end this video because if you want to buy another better figure, you have to wait. Medicos is going to release a Kenshiro figure from the Super Action Statue line, just like the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure figures from this line, but you have to wait for it probably a very long time because they aren't very productive like Hasbro and stuff. Or you can wait for the 1:6 scale Storm collectible figure. But this is the go-to Kenshiro for now. The black jacket is my favorite of these ones. So yeah, see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys like this video informative, and see you guys later.